let's see here. Let me get you up there.
Okay.
Oh, all right, let me get you on the screen there. There we go. There we go. How you doing, brother?
Everything's great. Everything's great.
Good, man. Key West Chris, and of course, Island Ladies. That's one of my new favorite songs. And of course, it got Emily Randall on there. Man, she is amazing. You know, I didn't know. Well, I picked up on it later, and I don't know why I didn't assume that, but she played at the inauguration. She was in the.
Oh
yeah.
Because she's in the Army. Not sure if it's band or orchestra.
Yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah, and I'll tell you a really funny story is that she has the same job because she does all the booking and everything for them.
Yeah.
She has the same exact job that Danny's uncle used to have.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, because there's only one person in the entire Army that has that job. She has it.
Wow.
And Danny's uncle had it in the past.
Well, I tell you, she's incredibly talented, and man, I know she's played on a few of your songs.
Yes, she played on that one. We had her on another one as well.
Yeah,
and we'll have her more in the future. She's just a dream to work with, and she loves Key West. I mean, I think when she retires from the Army, her intent is to come down here.
Well, it's funny because our good friends John and Kim Fisher. Their daughter, son-in-law. Oh, let me turn your microphone on here.
And son-in-law.
Are moving.
Good morning, Chris.
Yeah, are moving to Key West. When are they moving?
Very soon.
All right, and he's in the Navy.
Coast Guard.
Coast Guard.
He's going to be stationed down there.
Going to be stationed there, and of course, Kim and John Fisher, they come down to the Keys every year for their couple of weeks and so that's going to be real convenient to have them down there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have a very sizable, and they increased the size, I guess, around 4 or 5 years ago of the Coast Guard presence here. So we have, I don't know how many, but I'm going to say 10 Coast Guard vessels based here, maybe 12. Wow. So yeah, there's a good amount of coasties down here.
There you go. Well, buddy, we're working on Time Traveler 2, and I got the book right here.
Yeah.
Wow, there we
so
go.
Exciting.
I have a copy too. Yeah.
We're going to have to expand the gift shop here to put all these books in the gift shop, because we're getting a pretty good collection of books, So tell us all about the continuing adventures here of the time travelers.
Well, the funny thing was that I spent a lot of time not doing anything after the first one came out.
Yeah.
And I kind of got on different creative tracks musically and all that. Mm-hmm. So, but people kept saying, when are you going to have a follow-up? Because there was going to be a follow-up. And so finally I got around to writing it. And I really put the hammer down last summer and did a whole bunch of, I finished the book, I mean, it was like, I guess I did like 15 chapters or something. I already had the other 20 or whatever already done, but I got it going, and it's really fun because it's a continuation of the first one. You don't really have to read the first one to read this one, but it helps because sometimes there'll be pieces which might allude to something that happened in the other one. And if you read the other one, you say, yeah, but
yeah. Well, I mentioned earlier in the show that if you wanted to hear the first chapter on audio, we did do one chapter. It was just, man, I was just playing around one day in the studio, and I was reading the book, and I was like, man, this is kind of cool. I wonder if I could do this or whatever. So I did one chapter, and, we threw it out there or whatever, just kind of as a teaser to get people to get the book. But that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work to do.
It's a lot of work, yeah. I mean, if I were going to read it, which I'm not going to do, but if I were going to do a read, it would take me a half an hour a page because you want to get the vocal into it. You try it once, try it again, you try it once. It would take me a half hour per page, and I don't know, we have how many pages here?
A lot.
Yeah, 230 through 31.
Yeah.
Yeah, 231 pages. So,
and it's not only that, but when you do an audio, like, I tried to put sound effects in the background, like the chatter of the bar, when they were in the bar, and the birds chirping when he was outside or whatever, So there's a whole lot of other stuff going on, when you're doing that whole audio thing. But if I had the money and I had the time, I would do more of that, but we're just not there yet.
Yeah, you put in so much, it has to be able to at least return a break-even point, and that's going to take a while to do. So I don't know. I've never really gotten to that point where I'm thinking, I'll do that. I mean, it's tempting, but it sounded good when you did it.
I did one chapter, and then I was like, I need a drink, and that was it. So.
The next part of it was your southern pronunciation of the word archipelago.
I know, that was funny. That was funny.
Yeah, that was like 12 different retakes of that. I'm like, damn it.
Archipelago.
Damn, Chris. So anyway, without missing a beat, Key West bartender Mark Straight's time-traveling Oddities and Adventures pick right up where he left off in Havana, right?
Yes, that's right where the other book ended.
Yeah.
And he's still in Havana. Because at the end of the last one, he's sitting on what they call the Malecon, looking out at the water, wondering this, that, the other thing. And then when it picks up, he's back in his hotel room in Havana. So
That's right. You really need the first book. He says you don't need it, but I'm telling you right now, to be all it'd be like watching Back to the Future, only watching the second one.
Oh,
right?
geez.
Yeah, what
you
the
don't
hell?
do that.
You got to watch the first one to figure out what the hell, how they're all together in the
how
second
everything
one.
links
Yeah,
up.
you have to.
And of course, Brian Fields, I understand, we didn't bring him back, but he's in a loop. He's always there.
He's always
he's in a loop. Yeah, in the first book, he got into this loop, and
Yeah.
I'll have to come up with something to get him out of it. But the weird thing is that if he comes out of it, he's gonna die. He'll end up dying. So.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. We don't.
He lives his life over and over and over, and everything's exactly the same.
When you say it that way, I kind of like the fact we don't bring him back because then we have to live with him being killed off again.
Yeah,
So
right.
let's don't do that. Yeah. Well, that's cool, man. So, writing is a passion for a lot of people outside. Obviously music is your first passion, but I always like to say writing is a close second to mine next to the music. And I know a lot of people share that passion, but when you actually go through and put it on print, and when you hold your first book, it feels like a sense of accomplishment. Whether anybody buys it or not, you feel like this is I've done something that I wanted to do.
It goes through with all of them, This one, the new one. Fortunately, we're having some pretty good sales. I just got a notification that there are people in Japan buying my book.
Very cool.
Awesome.
I always knew you were big in Japan. There's probably billboards of you there in Danny Hoy, and you just don't know it,
That could be, yeah. Now we get the royalties off the sales.
Yeah, absolutely. But, had you always thought about, there you go, got the Tiki Man Radio mug, thank you.
I saw that, yeah.
Have you always thought about writing a book? Is that something you thought about? Most people think about it for years till they actually do it. What about you?
That's what happened with me, actually. My first book, Bar Stories, the semi-fictional adventure tour of Witness from a Bar Stool. This one here.
Yep.
I'm going backwards here. There we go.
Yep.
That one, I figured, I'll write a book, and what I'll do is as ideas come to me, not ideas, but as memories, because they're all based off of actual things except for one.
Sure.
But as they come to me, I'll write them down. And it took, it wasn't something I was pressed for. I just, when it happens, it happens. And it probably took about 5 years for me to put all those ideas and stories together.
Yeah.
But again, it wasn't like something I was going, I've got to do this. It's like, there's an idea. Let me put that down. And then a month or 2, 3 months later, another idea comes in. So, or a memory.
Well, there you go.
That's how I got into it to begin with. And then what happened with Time Traveler was at the Cork and Stogie, we had Mark Straighton as a bartender. Yeah. And Mark always had some type of a tale to tell. You'd mention someplace, and he's climbed every mountain and swam every stream. It was amazing. And so, in any case, I think it was 2015, he changed his profile picture, and he had this picture where he looked like he was a professor at a university. So I made a post about that, jokingly saying he's the man of the year, and it was a long-winded post, but it was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Watch out! I've got
Danny Hoy.
Hey,
Danny
Danny.
Hoy.
Hey.
We love you.
but he becomes a time traveler in there, and then maybe about 6 months after that, I started saying, wow, there's an idea.
Yeah.
There's an idea. Maybe I should write a book about that.
Well, there you
And
go.
the funniest part was that we insisted that he was a time traveler and he wouldn't tell anybody. And then his mother came into town. She was at a party, and I said to her, I said, "Oh, Mark's a time traveler." And like just right off the bat, it was just like, "Oh, yes, I know that. Yeah, of course he is. No question.
No question.
He is a time traveler."
Well, you've been here to the Chocolate Bar, and you've met many of the characters here. And we have one called Kevin Look. He is I call him one of the most interesting people I know. He's been everywhere, done everything, and all that good stuff. And he can just go right into a story. And some people just have that talent, right, where they can just pull you right into it. You could say something about, man, I just love crab legs. Oh, really? Well, let me tell you about this, and and all that stuff. So it's a special talent, but then it takes somebody with more talent to actually put that into a book so everybody can understand those scrambled thoughts in your brain. So, so good for you for doing that. And this is your third book, and I understand you're working on another one.
Yeah, there's the other one is almost done. Actually, I've got one more chapter to do. It's going to be a shorter book. It's going to be 12 chapters. I've got 11 done now, but it's going to be a download only. And I haven't decided how I'm going to do it. There's a couple of options, but it's the main design of this one is to attract people who have never seen the other two and get them interested. And if they are interested, they can get Time Traveler or Time Traveler 2.
Right.
But the thing also is that for anybody who's read one or the other of the Time Travelers, it fits right in. It's just, it doesn't really say where it comes in, but it comes in somewhere around the beginning of Time Traveler 2. That's where the time frame falls into. Yeah. And it's only about I don't know, 4 or 5 day period that takes place. So, but it's interesting because it has connections with the other two books as to where they go and people they know and new people, of course, things like that, and new situations. Well, but that one, I just have it. It's going to be called, at the moment, the working title is Time Traveler Excursions, and it may stay that way. It may change. I don't know. We'll see.
So when you guys are playing, like at Rick's or Two Friends Cafe or whatever, do you have your books there as well for people to purchase?
I have in the past. I don't right now, only because we have no way of putting them anyplace. We have a stool that's this big that has a tip jar.
The tip jar is the most important, right?
With the bra on it, the
bustier on it. So
does the tip?
We're talking about getting something bigger. We used to have a table, but it broke. Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll get another one. We'll see.
Does the tip jar still have a bra on it?
No.
It used to have a bra on it.
Yeah, that tip jar just finally fell apart. And we have a galvanized bucket. But what we found, what we found is that sometimes when we'll be playing at Two Friends, they have like one of those just clear plastic beer mug that you can distribute beer to different glasses with a pitcher.
Yeah.
And a clear pitcher with money in it seems to attract more
money
than a galvanized bucket or a bucket with bra in it.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Because people see the money, it's more apparent, I think. So I think we might be going that route. What do you think, hon?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's an old trick, put money in the jar, and then people feel guilty for not putting money in the jar, So
then they should.
Yeah, and they should, no doubt about it, So. Well, that's cool, man. I'm just so happy for you, and the past year or so, people that have creative minds have figured out a way to expand what they would normally do. It was a great opportunity last year to really kind of reset a little bit. As bad as it was on a lot of fronts, no gigs, this, that, no festivals, all that stuff. You're also, you got to look at the positive side. There was a time, where you could, okay, I don't have anything to do this week, so, maybe I need to turn my attention towards something else. If you have a creative mind, you're going to find something to put it with. Yeah,
and for me, it works out really well because in the past, what I would do is I'd, before I moved here, I had what I do today is just a solo or a duo. I had a buddy of mine, Bruce, who would play harmonica with me. We'd have the acoustic duo, but then also I had a full electric band, and I'd do so much on the acoustic guitar at home, like writing or whatever, and then that would kind of like just not go anywhere after that. And then I'd go to the electric guitar, and it was like something completely new, and all of a sudden I get all kinds of new ideas. And the same is true now with books, because if I'm playing the guitar and I get to a point where I'm just not going anywhere, I'll go to the book and bingo, I get a new idea. So it gives a new farmland to work with.
There you go. Well, man, I'll tell you, tell everybody where they can get all the books and your music, and of course Danny Hoy's music as well.
Yeah, of course. All the books are available. All the books. Sounds like I have 40 books. I have 3. The books are available at Amazon. Just look. If you hit Key West Chris, that should bring you there. Or if you put in Time Traveler 2, it'll bring up that one. And then if you go there, it'll say other books. You'll say regular Time Traveler, and it'll show the Bart stories as well.
Yeah, and you can also go to
and our music. I was gonna say our music is on there as well as with CD Baby. What they do is they distribute it to everybody, so it's available on iTunes and everybody, Rhapsody, whatever.
Well, we're getting a pretty good collection on Tiki Bar Publishing tab on TikiManRadio.com. Your new book is there. All your books are on there, so you can go to TikiManRadio.com, go over to the Tiki Bar Publishing tab, and click on that and scroll down. And all you got to do is click on the picture, and it'll take you exactly where you need to do to purchase this new book. So, Pablo's books are on there. Everybody's books that we know and love are on there. So, and this is the book. This is the one you're looking for. But just go ahead and buy all of them while you're there.
Danny, by the way, did the covers for them. And
I am also she's an amazing graphic artist.
I'm doing everything backwards here. Whoops, got to go this way. There we go. Yeah. There's the new one. And here's the original. So there's the way she did it was really good, because there's a big family resemblance between the two. They're very distinctively different, but you also can tell that they belong together. So I thought that was really clever.
Well, I remember the first one because you guys were here, and
when you finished it, yes,
yeah, you finished Danny and you guys were working on that. Of course, she's a fantastic graphic artist. And
she is.
You guys were finishing that here during the hurricane evacuation.
Yeah.
And
the Screw Irma party.
Yeah, the Screw Irma party we had here at the Tiki Bar.
Yeah.
Well, and the thing that was most amazing about that was it was the first book that, well, I did the other book, but we sent that book in to Amazon on Monday at like 11 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And on Wednesday morning, Sunshine's there holding it up, and
that's right. Yeah,
that is amazing. I remember that now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. They had it. They printed it and sent it to her. Yeah. This one took a little bit longer, but who's counting? It was. I think this one took like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
But geez, that's amazing. I think
that is so amazing.
Well,
it's almost as amazing, but not quite. Just on a different line, as you getting like 1,000
subscribers
in like what, a week and a half?
Yeah, we worked so hard, begged, pleaded, everything for 8 months. It all started with me peeling a potato, which I remember your comment on it. Hey, I actually learned something here. and then we worked our way up. Once we hit 800, it just kind of exploded there. And of course, the Conffish Nation rallied around all of that. I got to thank all those guys for everything. There you go. You got your Conffish Nation hat on. And of course, now we barely had time to celebrate 1,000. We're already over 2,000 now. So it's crazy.
I remember when you're roughly around 400, and Danny and I both have, I think we have 4 or 5 different YouTube stations, which we subscribed them all to. Yeah. But when you're around 400, it was like a stuck in the mud. It was like, you really had to pull teeth to get 451 to 452 to 453. And all of a sudden, boom, it blew. I was like, holy smokes.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, because you would go to bed and you would be at 450, right? And you get up the next morning, you'd be at 449. You're like, damn, I lost one. What else can I do? So... yeah, it was frustrating. But we got over the hump, and then boom, within a week, we jumped another 1,000. So we're knocking on 2,100 right now. So it's pretty cool.
Good.
Yeah.
And by the way, I should mention I have a 3. I don't know what you call it. A 3-song release coming out relatively soon. I say relatively. I'm hoping within the next week. We're in the final stages of mixing.
Nice.
We've mixed 2 of the 3 songs. The other one I'm waiting to hear back on. Then after that, we send it out to be mastered. When it comes back from being mastered, we're all done. It's going to Scotland to get mastered. Get that? I mean,
the guy nice.
The guy who masters it for Ian, Ian Shaw is the producer. Mm-hmm. The guy who masters it, he's mastered for everybody. I mean, Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, Led Zeppelin, The Who. I mean, the list just goes on forever. He's been doing it. Otis Redding, he did. I mean, he's been doing it since the '60s. So, and he's fabulous. He did my last album. Also, he did the Shanty Hounds. Dennis Blackman is his name. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Just wait till you hear King Tide. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. You'd sent me the demo on Hurricane Tide, and I love it, man. I can't wait to hear the finished product.
Yeah. That's, as a matter of fact, that's a really cool song because a guy I grew up with, I don't know if we have time, but I don't want to hold you up. Yeah. But a guy I grew up with who was the best musician in my high school, and a really nice guy. I had heard that he's the organ player at Yankee Stadium.
Oh wow!
I heard that like years ago, and I got back in touch with him, and so I got the idea on this song King Tide. I said, let's get Ed Ahlstrom involved, and so he laid it down, and Bobby D did some really phenomenal electric guitar.
Yeah,
and well, you'll have it hopefully within a week.
Awesome. Sounds great, man. Well, listen, we're going to have to let you fly. We got Pamela Childs coming up next with her new book. But, man, I love you guys. I cannot wait to see you in March. And we're going to be on the Sunset Cruise together. We're going to have a blast.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you.
Matter of fact, one of the songs on the new album is called Sunset Sail.
Oh, very nice. Awesome. Very nice.
Awesome. Yeah. And it's like, you'll hear it. It's just laid back,
Yeah.
So, all right. Anyway.
All right. We love you guys. That is Key West Chris Rehm, and got Time Traveler 2, his new book. Make sure you go over to Amazon, check it out, or you can go to TikiManRadio.com, go over to the Tiki Bar publishing page, and go down, scrolling, click on the picture, and order it today. It'll be there like on Monday or Tuesday or so. So, Ben, I appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon, buddy.
Thanks so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Hello, everybody.
Hey. Love you.
Love you guys.
Hello before I just started talking to you because I'm looking at you.
Yeah. All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Sounds good.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
We all came down from Nashville to this island in the stream to have good times.